Hi, Debbie here. Welcome to Bite Size Bliss. So, in my Mindful Monday practice, we did a technique called tapping, or another way that it's often called is EFT. And this tapping technique can be used to kind of clear blockages, to help rebalance and restore energy, but also if you are feeling anxious, you're perhaps worried, overthinking, it can be a good way to just kind of bring you into your center and just help to calm and soothe those anxieties, those worries. It won't necessarily take the kind of the stress or the problem away, but it will help you to approach it with respond to it better. Um, or maybe you're being anxious or you're overthinking, worrying about something that actually hasn't even happened yet, um, might not necessarily happen, but you're stressing and kind of relaying it in your mind before it has even happened. And that could be quite a common thing as well. So this EFT technique can really help with that too. It's really simple. You can do it from standing, you can do it from seated, you can do it anywhere. It involves using your hands to tap around the head and around the collarbone and kind of under the arms. So you don't have to be in a yoga space. You can be at your desk, you can be sat on the sofa, you can be in the car, obviously not while you're driving, but if you're taking a stop, you could just take a moment. So it can literally be done anywhere, and I would really use this technique when you feel like it's all just getting a little bit overwhelming and you're feeling like this kind of overwhelm, worry, anxiety, concern is becoming too much. If you're trying to shift habits, change habits and behaviours, it can be a good way to kind of help try and instill that. So what I would suggest is before you start doing this, and you can write it down or you can just do it, think of it mentally, is to have a little think and ask yourself, what is it that you are feeling really concerned, anxious, overwhelmed about? Or what habit, behaviour are you wanting to adjust or change? So have a think about that, write it down, and try and keep it sort of fairly short. So maybe it's that you are anxious about a call. Someone's about to call you. You're anxious about an upcoming event. It could be a multitude of things. So you could say, so I'm going to say that even though I feel anxious about this call, I still love and accept myself. So that's just an example. So for example, even though I am feeling anxious and overwhelmed about this upcoming phone call, I still love and accept myself. And just repeat that as many times as you can. Use that as your kind of internal mantra whilst you're doing this tapping technique, and maybe for kind of future situations. So we can keep that in mind whilst we are doing the tapping technique. It's a form of gentle acupressure, and it involves using the fingertips, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you feel you need to use, you want to use, on specific points in the body. You can also use kind of a bigger surface area to move around other parts of the body as well. We're going to focus on the points around the head, around the collarbone, and just around the ribs under the arm. So some of them have twin points. You can tap both. So for example, the outside of the eye, twin points around about here. You can tap both or you can tap one. And the suggestion is whether you tap both or one, it's still as effective. So I'm going to work on tapping one side. And I'm going to use my more dominant hand to move around these points. So the first one we're going to start with is around the outside edge of your hand, so the little finger area. So you're going to gently tap around the outside edge of the hand. Don't worry if you're not in if you're thinking, am I in the right spot? Just go with it. You could close your eyes and you could continue to repeat, even though I am anxious about X, I still love and accept myself. Now we move to this point here. So it's a twin point around the eyebrows. And you could, it's quite easy then to do both at the same time, or you could just focus more around the center. So the eyebrows, tapping here. And you could continue to repeat. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or even though I'm wanting to change this, not do this, I mean, try and stick with more of a kind of positive rather than saying not, or positive words. I still love and accept myself. Now we move to the outside of the eyebrow, so around the side of the eye. Tapping here. Then under the eye, so on the top of the cheekbone. And under the nose, so upper lip. And then around the chin. Collarbone. I'm hoping you don't hear this through my microphone. Let's go to the other side. And then we go under the arm, round about the ribs. So sort of here. So tapping around that area. Again, hoping I'm not making the microphone make extra sound there. And you could repeat that whole after that one, then we go to the crown of the head. Sorry, forgetting. One last point. So around the crown of the head, just tapping here. And then release. So you can repeat all of those points again, or you can carry on your day, whatever you are going on to do next. You could team that with, maybe that could be your morning meditation, your morning kind of mindfulness. You could be sat at your desk and just taking a moment. So as I mentioned at the beginning, you can really add this to any point of the day whenever you feel like you need it. So I hope you found that useful. I will be bringing more bite-sized bliss this week and the following weeks. So if you aren't already, if you're viewing this on YouTube or you've come to it via YouTube from any of my social pages, I do actually send these out as an email. So please do feel free to subscribe to my email mailing list so that you don't miss out on any future practices. Quite a lot of the previous ones are on the, and I've generated a playlist for those, so Bite-Sized Bliss playlist, so you can go back to some other Bite-Sized Bliss practices. All right, have a great bank holiday, great week. I know it's half-term week this week, so maybe this tapping technique might be quite useful if you are perhaps going to be undergoing quite a stressful, intense week at home with the kids, perhaps. So have a good week and I will see you next time.